I'm going to show you guys my favorite way to break down an onion. It's a technique I learned from Alton Brown. There's a papery end and there's a root end that has roots on it. You're actually going to cut this way, not through the equator, but pole to pole, so that the root end stays together. That's the first key lesson. Now, I'm going to do a minced onion. Let's say you wanted to do strips. You can actually, two ways. You can actually go this way to do the strips, or you can go this way. And they say if you go this way, you get a sweeter set of strips. If you go this way, you get a more acidic, kind of bitey set of strips. So decide what you're more interested in. I always like them sweeter, so I usually go this way. But I'm actually going to mince mine. The next step is I'm going to take the paper off. So I start by cutting off the papery end completely. I still have the root end there holding the whole thing together. I'll need that help as I get through this onion. And then I'm going to peel off the skin from this guy. Just the outer layer. So you can see here comes the skin now. So here it is, all peeled, beautiful. There's the root end that I left intact, and I'm going to go ahead and face that away from me. Now, in many videos, they'll tell you to cut straight like this and then cut in. Cutting in can be a little dangerous, not that bad, but you don't need to do it. Instead, if you cut right down the middle, okay, but not through the stem end. So the stem end is holding everything together. That's why we don't cut it off. It's all held together. And now I'm going to go ahead and start cutting next to it, but I'm going to go in an arc. Same thing on this side. I'll just cut it into an arc. Now you have these perfect little sections, and when you cut straight down, you'll get perfect small diced onion. If you go straight up and down instead of in an arc, the edge pieces will end up being these long strips instead of perfect little dices. Now eventually you're going to get to the point where it's hard to hold it upright. So I'm almost there. And yeah, I can do one more. And now it's just too skinny to keep cutting straight down. So just twist it. It was like this, getting hard to cut, just flip it down. And now you can just cut straight in. All the way to the root, okay? Once you get to the root, turn it sideways and cut to the root again. Both sides. Finally, you'll have this piece left with the root end on top. Simply lay that down, cut little lengths into it, and then chop that as well. And now all you have left is this little nubbin of root, which you can throw in your stock pot or throw in the garbage. And you are done. This is my first half I cut up. This is the second half. I put it in a 2-cup Pyrex, and I put this in the freezer. These freeze perfectly. So in the cooking for one lifestyle, you only need half an onion for most recipes, which means I always have half an onion, which is exactly what I need. Whenever I use this up, I buy another onion immediately, and that way I either always have a fresh onion waiting for me to cut in half and store, or a frozen one that I can use next time without any prep work whatsoever. So cut up your onion, save half off, cooking for one.